Hello and welcome everybody. And I mean everybody because I expected only familiar faces. And I'm really glad I see at least quite a few that I, don't know yet. We're at, you should probably know where we're at, but it's a Python conference in Novi Sad, Python Serbia conference. And if you don't know what's the date or what town you're in, so I just wrote some info, and there's a thing that we're asked the most of all questions. Is it called PySer or crowbar? Yeah, that's why it's there. It's if you don't like it, don't tell anyone else but me. It's my idea, so I kind of have these weird ideas when naming conventions are in place. So let's start with something that sounds like a bunch of questions, and the meaning was the first, right? It's a crowbar. Is there anyone not speaking Serbian or whatever Balkan language we use? Okay, I'll translate this for you. So, izgovara se PySer namerno. What I just said is it's pronounced crowbar intentionally. Why intentionally? There are a few people that know me here and know how I started my IT career, and it was as a system administrator. And if you give a system administrator anything to program, first better be Python, second better not be important, because we don't know how to do that. After a few years of learning Python, I'm a Python programmer now, but that's why it all started as a crowbar. We really don't know how to use it, and we smack it until it starts working. Second thing is who we are and why should we be the ones that organize this conference. We are a hackerspace from Novi Sad, and if you look through the window, you can see the building where the tilde is, the tallest one. So we're near, I don't know anyone in Tilda that doesn't know Python, and we're very, very interested in the language. We have lectures and all that stuff. And most important question is, why are we doing this? I mean, we could go for a beer instead of listening to this stuff, but we really want Python to be more popular in Serbia, at least, because here we are. And the problem currently is that there's not many people using Python. I mean, look at us. It's compared to some other languages, which names I won't pronounce. We are not that popular. So our effort here is to get all the snakes under the rocks into the open and see who's doing it, who's hiring Python programmers, developers, and so on. So that's wow. Can you tell I'm a metal singer by the elbow? We are the first Python conference in Serbia that I know, but we are willing to take this back if we didn't got it right. I did a research, and there was almost no Python action going on in our country. So we're proud to be first, and proud not to be not the only one. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit later. And a lot of people asked us, why the hell do we have business on an IT conference? For once, they are doing it. I mean, they are eligible to talk about Python because they work on it. Second thing, I really want us to be able to to recognize companies that work with Python so that we can, I don't know, send our CVs there or something. Because when we started organizing conference, it was, oh my God, nobody's doing this except Tilda. And then we searched, and there are a lot of people. You saw the you saw the billboard. So there are companies that work with Python and that are Python oriented. So we're really glad well, those snakes got under the rock too. And one of the more important things is what's going on where. The presentation or the saloon is where we are now. And there are two more rooms. They're both on a second floor. Don't get confused. You go 2 floors, then you're on a first, then you go to a third. It's a bit confusing, but we have, when you see the staff, or what do you have, volunteer, right? Staff also. Okay, when you see the staff, ask where is what. One of the workshop, both are on a second floor, and you get the elevator and the stairs because there's a lot of us. I suppose the elevators will be busy. And for the conference, we got a lot of help. Obviously, we have organizers, so I'm going to skip the second part. But the volunteers are, I don't know about you, but whenever I go to a conference, volunteers are the craziest entities there. Absolutely crazy topics. You can talk to them, and besides where's the toilet or the room or something, you can ask them anything about Python and more. So I strongly recommend that at least the company people start talking to volunteers. They're really, really crazy, so start with him. And everything you need is either ground floor or the second. If you're on any other floor, you're lost. So, I don't know, scream. So, the most important stuff, lunch, right. We will have 2 breaks. One is for the lunch, which is in the, whatever the big room is called. And the second one is a coffee break, so we kind of wake up after lunch, and then we're going to really, really slowly say goodbye. That means that you don't have to run out, but we have up until 7, and we will finish at 5, so we can either mingle or talk about topics, whatever. So I personally hate it when a conference is finished and that's it. That's kind of, you got all this enthusiasm here in the room and then we go home. That's kind of crappy. So what we want to do is do something after the conference that will make sense. First thing is we're going to have a mailing list that's going to be about Python-based events, either that we teach or somebody else teach, or, for example, Python in other countries, Python conferences in other countries are pretty cool. So we're going to announce what's out there in the Python world that we can get to it. Probably if we say, hey, there's something cool in New Zealand, yeah, right. So what we want to try here is to connect people that work on Python and tell them if there's something interesting, or give them ability to announce their Python event to a broader audience. We already started Python workshops in Tilda, and I think we had 5 of them by now. But what we want to do is attract more people to do Python for whatever reasons. We will have a crazy reasons, like there's an artist that uses Python. You're gonna hear him in the business room later on. But we really want, if I say we want non-technical people, that's not entirely true. But technical people, we all are technical, right? But when somebody that is not technical shows up, they have crazy ideas. So that's one of the more interesting stuff for me. And we try to attract non-technical people for our workshops. Of course, if you're technical, well, we don't hate you. We just really, really want others to do it too. And thanks to Goran here, I know that Python 2 is going to end its life, or at least the foundation is going to stop supporting it in 2020. So we got, a year and a half, maybe a bit more. So we are strongly advocating, please use Python 3, because you're going to have a ton of problems switching later. And in the other hand, there's a reason why Python 3 exists. It has cool features, so please stop using them. Start using them. yeah, like we use it a lot right now. Anyway, this conference brought to you by, why I say 3+ organizers is because there are 3 people who have responsibility and much more that don't. Why? Because, well, I'm shitting my pants here, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. And we told Hassel that goes along, there are only 3 people that are really, really responsible. I don't know if I'm one of them, but I should be. The second one is this big camera here called Maya. And the third guy is on the tickets, the small one. Why I said 3+, we got abnormal amount of help. I already mentioned volunteers, but there's a video operation center run by yours truly, right, Marco, and network operations center run by somebody who's not here. Probably the highest person on the conference. And the most here. I don't even compare to him. So what I wanted to say is that this 3+ means that we got a lot of friends asking, how can I help you? You know, these people work with Python, you know, this company and stuff like that. And although the responsibility is on 3 of us, I think there are at least 7 people I can remember from the top of my head that actually organized this event. Probably 10. Yeah, I remember a few more. So without further ado, I'm not going to take much more time. I'm just going to give you the most important information on the conference and welcome you again, and thank you for coming. Enjoy.